Top 3 best rice noodles you should eat to flush toxins and strengthen your kidneys. For many of you waking up this morning, you might have noticed a slight puffiness under your eyes and aching tightness in your lower back, or perhaps you had to get up 3 times last night just to use the bathroom. You might see foamy bubbles in the toilet or feel your blood pressure creeping up before you even have your first cup of coffee. Most people over 55 dismiss these symptoms as the inevitable toll of getting older. But I'm here to tell you that these are not just signs of aging. They are urgent distress signals from your body, warning you that your creatinine levels are rising and your GFR is beginning to slip. Your kidneys are under extreme stress, drowning in metabolic waste that is built up while you slept. I am Dr. Mattheus from Kidney Health 365. While many doctors will simply tell you to eat less salt or drink more water, they often fail to mention how your choice of morning carbohydrates is silently suffocating your renal filters. A recent study, tracking over 2,000 adults, found that those who consumed high phosphorus processed grains had a 30% faster decline in kidney function compared to those who chose clean, refined alternatives. However, by making one specific shift in your morning meal, participants saw a stabilization in their filtration markers and a noticeable reduction in systemic inflammation. If you ignore these warnings, you are leaving your kidneys vulnerable to permanent scarring. But there is a way to turn the tide. By choosing the right starch, you can actually flush out these toxins and give your filters the rest they deserve. The first secret lies in a staple food that takes only minutes to prepare, but could fundamentally change how your kidneys process waste every single morning. However, before we look at these healing noodles, we must address a common kitchen staple that is acting like a chemical poison to your renal system. The convenience of instant noodles has made them a staple in many American households, but for those concerned about kidney health, they represent a dangerous hidden trap. The primary culprit is not just the high sodium content you see on the label, but something much more predatory: inorganic phosphorus additives. Unlike the organic phosphorus found naturally in whole grains or beans, which our bodies only absorb, about 50% of inorganic phosphorus additives are absorbed at a staggering rate of nearly 100%. These chemical compounds, often used as preservatives or texture enhancers, flood your bloodstream almost instantly, forcing your kidneys to work overtime to filter them out. When your kidneys are already under stress, this sudden spike in phosphorus causes blood vessels to stiffen and damages the delicate nephrons within your renal filters. According to data shared by the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org, high levels of serum phosphorus are directly linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease and a faster progression toward kidney failure. Most instant noodle brands are also fried in oxidized oils and packed with flavor enhancers like MSG, which further trigger systemic inflammation. You might think you are eating a simple, quick meal, but you are actually consuming a chemical cocktail that accelerates the aging of your kidneys. The good news is that you do not have to give up your love for noodles to save your health. By switching to natural, unrefined rice-based options, you can enjoy a satisfying meal that actually supports your filtration system instead of sabotaging it. The transition to a cleaner kidney starts with a specific type of thin white noodle that contains virtually zero harmful additives and provides the lightest possible load for your renal filters. White rice vermicelli is a thin and delicate noodle that serves as the ultimate kidney-friendly carbohydrate because it contains the lowest levels of potassium and phosphorus. For seniors over 55 who are managing declining renal function, these noodles provide a safe way to enjoy a satisfying meal without worrying about mineral buildup that could damage your delicate heart and bone health. The mechanism that makes white rice vermicelli so beneficial is its refined nature. While we are often told to avoid refined foods, the process of milling rice to create these noodles removes the outer bran and germ where most of the potassium and phosphorus are concentrated. This makes them a neutral energy source that provides clean calories without the toxic mineral load. By keeping these mineral levels low, your kidneys do not have to work nearly as hard to maintain your blood chemistry balance. According to clinical data at kidney.org, choosing low-phosphorus carbohydrates like white rice noodles is a vital strategy for patients in the middle stages of chronic kidney disease to avoid mineral and bone disorders. Essentially, these noodles act as a rest period for your nephrons, allowing your body to focus on flushing out other accumulated toxins. However, there are risks to consider specifically regarding your blood sugar. Because these are refined carbohydrates, they have a higher glycemic index and can cause a spike in glucose if eaten in large quantities or without fiber. This is particularly important for those with diabetic kidney disease, as high blood sugar can further damage the tiny blood vessels in the renal filters. Moderation and proper pairing are essential to keep this food in the safety zone. To use white rice vermicelli optimally, you should always boil them separately and rinse them thoroughly under cold running water. This flush and rinse technique helps remove excess surface starch and any potential manufacturing residues. Aim for a portion size of about half a cup to 1 cup per meal, and always pair them with low potassium vegetables like cabbage or green beans to slow down digestion. For a variation that boosts your health, try making a cold vermicelli salad with shredded cucumbers and a touch of ginger. This adds hydration and anti-inflammatory benefits while keeping the meal light and easy to process. Another great option is using them in a clear, low-sodium broth with fresh cilantro to help support natural detoxification. As a precaution, if you are currently on a strictly controlled glycemic diet, monitor your blood sugar levels closely after trying these for the first time. If you have already started using rice vermicelli as a replacement for wheat pasta, please comment with a 1. If you have never heard of these before, comment with a 0. While these thin noodles are excellent for a light load, our next option provides a smooth and comforting texture that is perfect for a more substantial healing meal. Rice noodle sheets are a smooth and comforting starch that provides a pure source of energy while protecting your kidneys from the inflammatory damage often caused by gluten and complex proteins. For many of us, over 55 digestive efficiency begins to slow down, and these noodles offer a lightweight alternative that allows your system to thrive without the heavy metabolic burden of traditional wheat products. The mechanism that makes rice noodle sheets so beneficial for kidney health is their extreme purity and lack of irritants. Unlike wheat-based pasta, which contains gluten, a protein that can trigger systemic inflammation, in many individuals, rice noodle sheets are naturally gluten-free and hypoallergenic. When you consume these noodles, your body can easily break them down into glucose for fuel without triggering an immune response that could lead to glomerular inflammation within your kidneys. Furthermore, these sheets are typically made from just 2 ingredients, rice flour and water. This simplicity means you are not consuming the hidden bromates or synthetic enrichments found in many American breads and pastas. By avoiding these chemical additives, you are directly reducing the oxidative stress on your renal filters. According to research on plant-based diets for renal health found at OncBI, Gov, reducing systemic inflammation through clean carbohydrate sources is a key factor in slowing the progression of chronic kidney disease and maintaining a healthy GFR. However, there are risks if these noodles are prepared incorrectly or consumed in excess. Because they are soft and easy to eat, it is very easy to consume a portion that is too large, which can lead to a rapid increase in blood sugar. This is a significant concern for those managing both kidney disease and type 2 diabetes. Additionally, you must be careful with the sauces often paired with these noodles. Heavy soy sauce or peanut sauces are loaded with sodium and potassium, which can quickly turn a healthy meal into a kidney hazard. To use rice noodle sheets, effectively focus on high-quality fresh or dried versions that list only rice and water as ingredients. If you are buying them fresh, make sure they do not have a strong chemical smell, which could indicate the use of preservatives. The best how to for these noodles is to steam them briefly or dip them in warm water until they are just tender. Always limit your portion to a size that fits in the palm of your hand to ensure your blood sugar stays within a safe range. For a variation that adds even more value to your health, try using these sheets as wraps for steamed carrots and tofu. Carrots provide beta-carotene for vascular health, while tofu is a high-quality plant protein that is much gentler on your kidneys than red meat. This combination creates a meal that is both filling and protective of your renal function. As a precaution, if you have been diagnosed with gastroparesis or very slow digestion, ensure the noodles are well cooked to avoid any digestive discomfort. If you have tried using rice noodle sheets in your cooking before, please comment with a 1. If you have never seen or tasted them, comment with a 0. While these smooth sheets provide great comfort, our next noodle option offers a versatile texture that makes it the perfect replacement for those who miss the chewiness of traditional pasta. Rice flat noodles are a hearty and versatile starch that offers the perfect solution for those who want to enjoy a substantial meal without the high potassium and inflammatory gluten found in traditional wheat pastas. For seniors over 55, these noodles are a wonderful way to satisfy your cravings for a chewy texture while actively protecting your kidney filters from the metabolic stress caused by modern processed grains. The mechanism that makes rice flat noodles so effective for kidney health is their unique structural composition and low mineral density. Unlike whole wheat pasta, which is packed with potassium and phosphorus that can build up and cause heart rhythm issues, or itchy skin in kidney patients, rice flat noodles are naturally low in these minerals. This allows your kidneys to maintain a stable internal environment with much less effort. Furthermore, because they are made from rice flour, they do not contain the complex proteins that require heavy filtration by the nephrons. By choosing these over wheat alternatives, you are effectively reducing the nitrogenous waste in your blood. According to clinical studies found at kidney.org, a lower protein and mineral intake from plant-based sources is essential for managing creatinine levels and preventing the hardening of renal arteries. By keeping your blood chemistry clean, these noodles help ensure that your GFR remains as stable as possible for years to come. However, there are risks if you do not pay attention to the labels or your portion sizes. Some brands of dried flat noodles may contain salt or chemical preservatives to extend their shelf life. For someone with high blood pressure or stage 3 kidney disease, even a small amount of added sodium can lead to fluid retention and increased renal pressure. Additionally, like any rice product, eating too much at once can lead to a blood sugar spike, so balance is always necessary. For the best how-to results, look for dried rice flat noodles that have a slightly translucent appearance. Before cooking, soak them in warm water for about 20 minutes until they are pliable, then flash boil them for only 2 to 3 minutes. This prevents them from becoming mushy and helps retain a satisfying texture. Always serve them with a large portion of kidney-friendly vegetables like bell peppers or sauteed onions to provide fiber. For a healing variation, try a quick stir-fry using these noodles with a splash of sesame oil and fresh garlic. Garlic is a natural anti-inflammatory that supports blood flow to the kidneys, while the healthy fats in sesame oil help slow down the absorption of carbohydrates. This creates a balanced, savory meal that feels like a treat but acts like medicine. As a precaution, if you are on a restricted fluid diet, remember that noodles absorb water during cooking, so factor this into your daily liquid count. If you are a fan of flat noodles or pad thai-style dishes, please comment with a 1. If you have always stuck to traditional Italian pasta, comment with a 0. Now that you know which noodles to buy, the secret to making them truly kidney safe lies in a simple kitchen ritual that removes hidden sugars and chemicals before they ever reach your plate. Choosing the right noodle is only half the battle. To truly transform these starches into a kidney-healing meal, you must master the flush and rinse technique. This simple 2-minute habit is designed to strip away excess surface starch and any residual chemicals used during the drying process. When rice noodles are manufactured, a thin layer of starch often remains on the surface. If you simply boil them and eat them, that starch turns into rapid-release glucose, causing a sharp spike in your blood sugar that can inflame the tiny capillaries in your kidneys. The process is easy. Start by boiling your noodles in a large pot of water until they are just al dente. Do not let them sit in the cloudy, starchy water. Instead, immediately drain them into a colander and rinse them vigorously under cold running filtered water for at least 30 seconds. You will see the water turn from milky to clear. This physical rinsing removes the simple sugars that cause insulin spikes and also washes away any lingering preservatives. According to nutritional guidelines for diabetic kidney care, reducing the glycemic load of your meals is one of the most effective ways to prevent the progression of nephropathy. By using this technique, you are turning a simple carbohydrate into a slow-burning energy source that keeps your creatinine stable and your energy levels high. Once your noodles are purified, they are ready to be paired with life-giving ingredients. However, even with the perfect preparation, there are critical boundaries you must observe regarding your portion sizes and the ingredients you choose to put on top of these noodles. Understanding these limits is the difference between a meal that heals and a meal that inadvertently causes harm. While rice noodles are a superior choice for your kidneys, they are not a free pass to eat without limits. The most critical warning for those over 55 is portion control. To prevent blood sugar spikes that can scar your renal filters, you should follow the palm rule. Your serving of cooked noodles should be no larger than the palm of your hand. Even healthy starches, when consumed in excess, can lead to weight gain and increased metabolic stress, which indirectly forces your kidneys to work harder to maintain balance. Another vital precaution involves what you add to your bowl. You must be extremely cautious with salt and high-protein toppings. Many people ruin a kidney-friendly meal by adding traditional soy sauce or heavy portions of red meat. Red meat produces high levels of uric acid and nitrogenous waste, which acts like sandpaper on your delicate nephrons. Instead, prioritize small amounts of high-quality plant proteins or very thin slices of lean poultry. Furthermore, if you are currently taking medications for blood pressure or diabetes, you should monitor your levels closely when introducing these new dietary habits. According to medical resources at Kidney.org, maintaining a consistent carbohydrate intake is essential for those on insulin or glucose-lowering drugs to avoid dangerous fluctuations. Finally, always be wary of cross-contamination or hidden ingredients in restaurant versions of these dishes. Many commercial kitchens use hidden broths made from high-sodium concentrates or phosphorus-rich additives to enhance flavor. By staying within these safety boundaries, you ensure that your transition to rice noodles remains a healing journey rather than a hidden health hazard. With these vital precautions in mind, you are now ready to implement a concrete plan to revitalize your kidney health starting tomorrow morning. In today's guide, we have unlocked the surprising power of choosing the right starches to protect your renal filters. We have learned that while whole grains can be heavy with minerals, pure rice vermicelli rice sheets and flat noodles offer a low phosphorus sanctuary for your kidneys. By avoiding the chemical traps of instant noodles and mastering the flush and rinse technique, you are taking proactive steps to stabilize your creatinine and support your GFR. Please remember that kidney problems often progress silently. By the time symptoms appear, the internal damage may already be severe. Every meal is an opportunity to either stress your filters or give them the rest they deserve. That is why starting today matters so much. You do not have to wait for a lab result to begin making smarter, kidney-friendly choices that protect your future. I want to encourage you that your health is in your hands. Even if you have struggled with your diet in the past, your body is incredibly resilient. By making these small, intelligent adjustments to your breakfast, you are building a foundation of healing that will serve you for years to come. You have the knowledge, and you have the strength to thrive. Your next step is simple: check your pantry right now and replace 1 box of instant noodles or heavy wheat pasta with a pack of pure rice vermicelli. Try the flush and rinse method tomorrow morning and feel the difference in your digestion. Remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult with your doctor before making major dietary changes. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Kidney Health 365 and hit the bell icon. To keep learning, watch our next video on Foamy urine, 4 fruits and daily habits to protect your kidneys starting today. I am Dr. Mattheus, and I will see you in the next episode.